Very good victory, not just a good game, but a good victory against the latest champion in England. Well, now not get respect, sha. When I give people guard of honor, can't disrespect them.
Yeah, sure now, but we have to give any guard of honor because they are won the league. But in our own breach, they collapse breach, that kind of thing. So now it be.
Nice. So again, you saw how Maresca put his team together. Lavia, Caicedo, Enzo still played Palmer at the same time. Are you scared for once that, what kind of formation is this? What's going to happen?
No, I actually was not scared because our last match, those were the same tactics he employed against Everton. Because it was still Lavia, Enzo, and Palmer in the middle of the park. Then he deployed Caicedo to the right back, and Cucurella, Cowell, and this team. So I feel that's just how we felt was the best way to approach the game. And I had a feeling that we were going to beat Liverpool because now that they were crowned champions, it would be very lackluster of them to come out blazing. And we needed this match, like really. And thank God this one is out of it. Then we have Man U next. But the tactics he actually employed were superb because it was glaring that we were going to win with what he did.
Incredible. See Lavia, smooth play, controlling things, making sure the passes. That first goal particularly, that was the defense splitting pass or midfield splitting pass to find Palmer, which opened Liverpool literally for that goal. How important do you think Lavia is to the Chelsea team?
Lavia is very, very important because Maresca wants a deep line number 6. And because he had coached Palmer in Man City's under 23s, he understands his ability more than any other coach can. Because as of last summer, Liverpool actually wanted to sign Lavia and Caicedo. So now we understand why they wanted to sign them. Because Lavia can actually break lines from midfield to midfield without the ball being intercepted. Let's go backward to the goal. It was like everybody's thinking it's passing to Caicedo. Then one pass in between Jones, then we get our first goal. Because going backwards last season when he was actually available to play, we could see a glimpse of his intelligence on the pitch of play. And anytime he's on the pitch, then Palmer doesn't really need to come deep too much. He can just maintain his number 10 position and one turn is closer to the goal. So Lavia is very, very important with the way Maresca actually wants to play with a deep line number 6.
Well, very risky too defensively because with Caicedo falling to the side, that's the number 2 spot. It kind of leaves the midfield wide, and Caicedo for his aggression when he's in the center. Do you feel for a moment, that maybe once or twice defense was shaky, but give kudos to Trevor Chalobah as well. He did step up really.
I feel with the way he plays, it's more like a 3-2-2-1 and 3 because now Caicedo, when we are defending, that is when it's actually on the right hand side. If we are progressing, then it's more of Caicedo, Lavia, Enzo. Then this guy just has the freedom to roam around. But when we are defending, he immediately goes back to his right back position. So we are not defensively cautious. We are still. It can be shaky sometimes, but obviously with the balance, if there's a balance, then we can actually scale through like we did today. We can actually scale through teams and continue.
How do you feel about going forward, attacking wise? It looks very exciting. You could see passes, and it felt like maybe for a long time in the Premier League, especially, the attackers really did have fun.
Yes. If you look backwards when we started the season, it was how we were playing. Then some lapses came in between, but now we are getting the groove back because now we really need to be in the Champions League spaces. And the only thing I still feel we need is a proper number 9. A proper number 9 who is not always very concerned about wanting to play the ball, who is just concerned about being a fox in the box. Because today now, Jackson couldn't get a hold of the ball very long patches of the game, he was outside the game. But let's go to a striker like Haaland now. He doesn't really need to touch the ball too much, but before you know, he's already putting the ball in the back of the net. Because we have creativity at the back of the number 9. We just need somebody that does not want to be creative, who wants to score the goal. Because a lot of creativity is in that squad, a lot. So I feel fast going to next season, we just need a number 9.
Well, with what you saw today, it's difficult to tell who could be your best front three, right? Really, Sancho came. So we still saw a glimpse of him doing bright and exciting things. We saw him last Thursday as well. Amazing attacking forward plays. But again, we're getting into a critical. In fact, we're in that critical stage in the season. It could really look kind of shaky with tweaking the team, tweaking players, not knowing who should start, who shouldn't start. But I mean, not to speak for you Chelsea fans, but then 3 more games to go, 1 down. I mean, out of the 4, from the last time we spoke, out of the 4, 1 down, 3 more games to go. Conference League Thursday. How do you think Chelsea could fare this remaining part of the season?
I feel for the Conference League it's more dusted though. Like we have actually given ourselves that leverage to like go to the final, so we can still say for a very large part it's not done yet, but we still have an advantage. But I still feel for the coming games this starting level should continue, because now we don't know what is up with Manchester United about Sancho, so we cannot actually put in too much hope on Sancho. Yes, we know for the likes of Madueke and Neto, they are our own players like through and through, but with Sancho it's still shaky because Amorim is still talking about the players on loan coming back, so that's their own business too. But for the meantime, the starting 11 that is starting in the league should continue. So subsequently, by the Club World Cup, we now know if we are going to sign Sancho, sign another left winger, or call the boys we actually sent on loan too, and see how well we can balance the team going forward.
Who impressed you the most today?
Wow, that's a very tough one though. A very, very tough one, because like literally every player on that pitch that wore a blue Chelsea deserved the man of the match. From Cucurella, but if I were to pick, I won't lie, I will give Cucurella and Caicedo. Like both of them, like they should like actually split it, because they were just too. Everybody played their part, no doubt, but those two were a step higher than. Yes, Palmer had a good game too, but Cucurella and Caicedo were a step higher than every other person in my own view.
Yeah, no doubt. Give Cucurella his flowers. Again, not many defenders in the Premier League, in fact, in the world, can hold theirs against Mo Salah. You can say he's won the league. There's really nothing to fight for. But yeah, not lots of smaller defenders can hold theirs against Mo Salah. How do you feel about Cucurella? When he first arrived at Chelsea, there were a lot of doubts. There were lots and lots of persons saying, "Who is this guy? What is this? Money misroad and the rest." But he's held his. As a matter of fact, we've seen Chilwell leave the team because of Cucurella.
Yeah, I feel it happens sometimes, because not every player who comes into a new club as big as Chelsea can actually adapt like very fast. But for Cucurella, yes, his start was very shaky. I will not lie. I was also a candidate of him leaving the club when he first came, because his performance was not up to par, like what Chilwell was giving us before he got injured. But from the time Pochettino actually came, or backwards when Potter got the job, like down the line of Potter's reign in Chelsea, then you could see what it was all about: aggressive and always bombing for when he had the time. And this season now has added goals to his game. Now it's like our 9.5 now, because sometimes he just pop up with winning goals and we're like, okay, cool, Cucurella can actually defend and properly attack. And it's also good in the middle of the park, because not only Chelsea fans had doubt about him, even the Spanish nationals too. When he was called about De La Fuente, they were like, why would you call him up? But we saw what he did in the Euros, and since that time till now, he has been giving exceptional performances. Exceptional, because like you said, not every left back will go 1v1 against Salah and come out on top, but he did that like effortlessly, and thank God we won this game. Kudos to Cucurella for being consistent enough.
Trevor Chalobah and that incredible performance.
Yes, Trevor Chalobah too, we should give him his own kudos too, because at first when he was actually loaned out to Crystal Palace for Disasi, I'm like, what was Maresca thinking? Because it is not something that we need to deliberate about. It's far better than Disasi. Now, it had now got to a point whereby we had lost a lot of ground within the top 4. Then he said he actually texted, he called Chalobah and spoke for like 4 hours before he could convince him. After begging, no verse, I fuck up, they come back. Now you now loan that Disasi that you have been playing to Aston Villa. Okay, let's go backward. If Trevor was always in that, maybe, but it is what it is. Now he's back and he's showing us, because he's a Chelsea through and through. An academy boy wants to play his heart out. So you can see on the pitch he's always giving his all. So Trevor.
By the way, two academy boys centre back, Cowell, Chaloba, feels like Coban boys doing you proud.
Yeah, obviously. Right from time we actually knew we had one of the best academies in England, if not the best. And our products are actually in every league or top 5 leagues. So we know the products from Cobham are always very exceptional. But just because of how big Chelsea is, it's very hard for us to continue promoting Cobham boys to the first team. But the ones that actually have the opportunity are always blazing. And it's very nice to have that at the back of our locker, that even if you cannot sign, then we have the boys who can actually come and show themselves.
So, it looks like with this game, confidence 100% to qualify for Champions League spot. Very risky because Manchester United, Tottenham, chances to lift Europa and then automatically qualify. But I mean, which means that it could be shaky. We hear maybe, it could be 6 clubs going to Champions League. We hear. We're not sure. We're trying to confirm that still. But how do you feel about these last 3 games? Manchester United, Newcastle, Nottingham Forest. Newcastle, Nottingham Forest, rivals now to qualify for Champions League. Newcastle today drew against Brighton. You won't thank Brighton for that. But yeah, how do you feel going into the last 3 games?
I'm more confident about beating Manchester United. Yes, they have been really shaky in the league, but now most of their focus is actually winning the Europa League, which I understand. And the only yardstick now I feel is to be Newcastle, because we are like tooth and tooth looking for that number 4th position in case the number 5th position is not available again. So, but for Nottingham, it's like by tomorrow's match will determine how well Nottingham is still going to be in the race. If they cannot muster a good result against Crystal Palace, then they'll just be playing for pride. But Newcastle is actually the match that will determine if we will be 4th or 5th. That's what I feel though, but we never can tell.
Alrighty then, at this point, I'd like to say congratulations, but congratulations without trophy yet. Hopefully, Conference League will come. But then, finally, word to Maresca, word to the boys. They started doing well. We saw this same pattern under Pochettino, if you remember. The last few games in the season, they did, blazing, and then somehow Manchester United again denied you the chance, and then made you go to Conference League. So what do you say to the boys now? The most important things to do at this stage of the season?
And I just feel we should just try to make sure we are number 4th, because it is still not. We don't know if 5th can qualify, and they'll still allow the Europa League spots to qualify. It is indecisive yet, but if we can finish 4th, then we know all is well and good. But they really made my day, because watching Manchester United was a shit show. Like, now watching my boys now, I could actually smile. So it was very nice again.
Congratulations again. Well done.
We give Liverpool a ground of honor, Abi. I'm giving him honor as a Chelsea fan. I'm putting the honor on him. It is not easy to beat Liverpool. We don't give people to ground of. Why we go give you ground of honor? We will not beat you.